Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. This is the web development series. In this video, we are going to learn JSX and rendering basics in React. Now, don't worry if these words sound confusing or you'll. So, JSX rendering virtual DOM, all of this may feel new, but by the end of this video, everything will make sense step by step. This video is very important because JSX is something you will use in every single React project. So relax, watch till the end and let's start learning. Now in this video, we will learn what JSX is, why React use it, JSX syntax rule, difference between the JSX and HTML, how to use the JavaScript inside the JSX attributes, React fragments, and how finally the how rendering works in the React. So this video is build a strong foundation. So let's start with the most important question. What is JSX? JSX stands for JavaScript XML. Right? It allows us to write HTML like code inside the JavaScript, and this is the reason React code looks simple and clean. JSX makes React code easier to read, easier to write, and easier to maintain also. But remember one thing, JSX is not exactly HTML. Behind the scenes, JSX is converted to into the JavaScript using a tool called the Babel, and the browser does not understand JSX directly. Don't worry about Babel right now. This word is important, but just remember that JSX becomes JavaScript. Now, why JSX is used in React? So, because JSX allow us to keep the UI plus logic in one place. Because if you write the HTML, if you know the HTML, you can write only the scripting means h1 tag, heading tag, or div any section, but you cannot use the directly use the JavaScript inside that. But inside the JSX, we can use UI and logic in one place. This make a component more readable and easy to manage. And React dot create element, which is hard to read because this it, now so JSX makes our life easier as developer. So let's see a real JSX example. Let's move to VS Code. So this is the a basic React app. Where is this? Yes, app.jsx, and inside this, let me this. Just write a function app, and inside this return h1 tag h1 and hello React. Also export this function app. Now here app is a functional component because this is a I write using the function keyword app and function name and returning something, and inside this function we are returning an h1 tag here. Means normally we return a value in JavaScript we return a number value, string value, whatever we return. So no matter, but inside the JSX file we return the HTML. We are returning the h1 tag here, and this look like HTML, but this is JSX. This is the h1 tag. This comes in the HTML in this series, but this is the JSX. The browser cannot understand this directly, and React and Babel convert this JSX into the JavaScript. So even though it looks simple, a lot of is happening behind the scenes. That this is why JSX is powerful. So if you see here, hello React comes here. When I move into the console in this here, if you see the div id root and h1 tag hello React, but inside my HTML file index.html I am just have this id root. By using this this one document.create element, I am moving means writing this function into the main.jsx in the index.html. So this is why JSX is very powerful. We can write HTML into the JavaScript, means UI plus logic at a same place. Now JSX example we already see, and JSX versus HTML. So JSX we use class name instead of class. Attributes follow the camel case, and JavaScript expression are allowed in this, and we must return only one parent element, means we cannot write the here h2 or anything, but we only return one element at a single time in a single function. And in HTML we use the class. Attributes are lowercase, JavaScript are not allowed in the HTML file, and multiple root element are allowed. So difference is very important between the JSX versus HTML. Now JSX attribute difference, like in HTML we write the class, but in JSX we write the class name. In the label or input we write 4, but in JSX we write HTML4, and in HTML we write the on click. Here means all in the lowercase, but here we have to write in the camel case. React follow the JavaScript rules, that's why these changes exist. Now let's see how JavaScript work inside the JSX. JSX allow JavaScript expression inside the curly braces, and an expression always return a value. Example as like variable, mathematical operation, function call. But remember, only expression, not statement, not any statement, just expression. Like here I am giving here variable and this mathematical operation. So let me show you in the examples in the app.jsx file. Let me write let's say const name equal to JD. So I want to use this in this function, this component. Just write curly brace and name, and now let's see here I get hello JD here. Perfect. And so here name is the JavaScript expression. This curly braces is the JavaScript expression. React will replace name with its value, because in JavaScript we learn const and variable name and the variable value. And you can also do math operation here, like 10 plus 20, and let's see, I got the 30 as answer. So this is very powerful and very common in the React app. Now what you can use inside the JSX? Inside JSX we can use the variables, function call, only function call, and ternary operator, expression, but you cannot write if statement. You can use ternary operator similar to the if statement, but you cannot directly write the if statement here. For loops are also not allowed in the JSX, and switch statement not allowed, because these are the statement, not expression. So how do we handle these conditions? Means how to handle like condition if else in the JSX. In React we usually use the ternary operator for the conditions. Example are like if user is login in show the welcome message, welcome back, else show login, please login. So this pattern is used everywhere in project. Like I write here let's say const is logged in is equal to true, a normal variable, const variable, and nothing special in this. And I am writing here h1 tag, and inside this just use the curly braces for the expression, and is login, then just use the ternary operator, then welcome, else use this colon and write please login. Now let's see in here, it's a welcome back, and when I make it false, it's a please login. So if is login is the true, React show the welcome. If it is the false, it show the please login. This is clean, simple, and very powerful. Now let's come to the JSX attributes, and JSX attributes follow the camel case, means and inline styles are written as the object, means like we write in the normal let's say styling, yes, styling in the normal form, but inside this JSX we have to write as a object here, not the string. So example are like color become the normal color, and font size, instead of writing adding the slash here, just write in the camel case font, in the camel case pattern. So this feels strange at first, but you will get used to it when you daily make the project and practice it. Now let's come to the React fragment. In JSX, we must return one parent element, and fragment help us to avoid unnecessary div, so they keep the HTML clean. This is very useful in real project. Like here, I want to write here one more HTML heading h1 and hello, but it not work. See, error comes here. For that, either I have to make it cover into the div and just write here, and now I can get the both the value please login and hello. But this created extra div here. For that we have to just remove this, and this angular bracket, empty angular bracket, these are called the fragments. It removes the unnecessary div, means here, see, there is no issue, means there is no issue come in the UI, just a normal comes. So now rendering, and if we want to add the key in the these fragments, for that we have to write here react dot fragments. Now we can use any type of key here inside this react dot fragment. Next one is the rendering in the React. Rendering means the showing UI on the screen. React uses something called the virtual DOM, and I know you are listening this term virtual DOM from past two videos, but what is virtual DOM? When data changes, React compare old UI and new UI. Like I already tell you, in HTML we create, in HTML, CSS and JavaScript, we create a HTML file comes into the DOM. Let me show you. So this is called the DOM. Here HTML, then head, then body. Head has two children, title and link. Body has three, header, main, footer. Header has another child. But this is called the real DOM. When we create an index.html, this create. But inside the React, we create the virtual DOM, a new DOM. Whenever we create a change in the file, it creates a new UI, new DOM. So this new DOM is called the virtual DOM, and update only what is needed. Like I change the header one h1 tag here, so it compare the old UI with the new UI, means old this tree with the new tree, and only change this h1 and when it is needed, and this makes React very fast. Instead of creating new whole tree, this change only the single h1 tag. So this is called the virtual DOM. Now this is the how rendering works. First JSX is written, then by using the Babel, JSX is converted to the JavaScript, and virtual DOM is created. And every time React compare the changes, means when I write here like any, let's say I change the value here hello JD, so it creates a new DOM, a new UI, and compare with the older UI, and then whatever is changed means it compares and then it change into the new UI. So common JSX error like forgetting to close the tags, returning multiple elements without the fragments. Like here I write here the, so this called the mistake here, error here, and using the class instead of class name. Yes, because we are coming from the HTML, CSS and JavaScript pattern, and we use the class in the normal HTML file, but in React we have to use the class name. Don't worry, by the practice you will means able to write the class name by default. And writing statement inside the curly braces, this is the useful, but don't write too much in the curly braces. So let's quickly summarize. JSX makes UI easy to write. JSX is not an HTML, not HTML. Every time interviewer asks does the JSX is equal to HTML or not, so JSX is not HTML. And expression, JavaScript expression use the curly braces, and attributes follow the camel case, fragment avoid the extra divs, and React update the UI efficiently. So that is for this video, JSX and rendering basics. If this video helped you, make sure to like and subscribe to JDCodebase. Comment if you have any doubt. In the next video we will learn component and props, which is another very important concept. PPT and source code are links in the available in the video description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.